Well, since I have you here with me today, two things must be true. You're a geotechnical engineer or some sort of a geoprofessional, and you believe that the ability to sell is a pretty damn important skill to have. I'll even challenge that it's one of the most important ones in your career, and it's directly proportional to the success of your career. Engineering companies these days love the seller-doer model. They hire you for your fancy schmancy degree and your many years of knowledge and experience, but once they got you, they want to turn you into a salesperson. So panic, because engineers are not born with that gene. We don't exactly, we're not that species. But I will say that mostly that's true with some exceptions. I'm an exception. I'm an engineer, a total science geek, but I have come to love technical sales. And I believe that with some of the things that I'm going to share with you, you also can become a superstar salesperson in your firm. So what exactly is sales? Sales simply is talking about your company, yourself, and your technical product or services that you offer with enthusiasm, with passion, allowing your knowledge to come through, and convincing through the way that you are talking about yourself and about your company that the client can't live without you, that you're going to solve all their problems, and that they should buy whatever it is that you're selling. And if you love your job, as much as I do, then I'm sure you are speaking when you have the opportunity about what you do exactly with that, with passion, with conviction. And guess what? That's sales. So now we just have to work out on the thing that engineers are scared of the most. It's our nerves. So what do we do to overcome, shake off this paralysis that we think of when we visualize the vulnerable situation of walking into a room and having to first approach somebody and engage them in a conversation? Well, you think of yourself as a messenger, as a person who has something very important to share, and it's kind of your job, your mission to sell this message. Visualizing that everything goes well and positively during this meeting, during this exchange, works unbelievably well. We're all going to travel to this meeting. So in your car, you are seeing yourself schmoozing everybody, making people laugh and people agreeing with what it is that you're saying, and you're engaging them in that way, seeing it working out well. Your smile and your conviction pretty much is all. Really, sales is all about numbers and growth charts and nothing but forecasts, etc. But at the end of the day, it is between me and you making a human connection and me convincing you to buy something from me. So we have to start with the most important 2 seconds of our relationship, and that is our handshake. It's amazing how in our lives in 2020, still this is not something that our parents teach us, or there's a course on it in university, and it's amazing how many times we can get this wrong. So a handshake should last for 1,000 to 1,000. No more, no less. Be very careful. You can't hand me a limp fish. You can't give me the power grab, and you can't grab my last 2 fingers. None of those work. The exchange that we're doing, a professional handshake, is an ancient ritual that we all follow, and it entails our palms meeting hand to hand for a couple of split seconds, us looking ourselves in the eyes and conveying an understanding, in this case, a beginning of a professional relationship. So I highly suggest that you practice this with somebody objective at your office, somebody who will give you good feedback and will say, a little little too hard, or a little, you know, harder, or something along those lines. But not your mama and not your friend who will lie to you, somebody that's going to give you, you know, a real objective opinion. It's very important. And it's amazing how well the conversation can start, or how you're thinking to yourself, what just happened here, when the wrong handshake occurs. Okay, so now that you have exchanged, you know, this important ritual, and you are engaging this person in a conversation, you need to look like you're engaged. Now, it's very possible that you are nervous and your heart is beating and you barely remember what you just said 1 second ago, but you have to focus and you have to ask the person that you're engaging maybe short little questions to show that you really are in this conversation, that you're hearing what they're saying, especially if it's interesting and related to business. In our, the type of networking that engineers, us geotechnical engineers do, is probably some sort of a technical luncheon or a seminar or some sort of dinner presentation, and they're all formed follow the same kind of a formula. We're allowed about a 20-30 minute time for networking before the event begins. The event often circulates around some sort of drink or food, but it's pretty much the same stuff. So you have 20 or 30 minutes to meet everyone. I highly advise that you always arrive early, especially if you're new at this. You want to give yourself the opportunity to meet everyone in that room. If you walk in on time to the presentation, then it's already too late. Time for networking is over. People grab their seats and start focusing on what it is that's going to be presented, or often on beginning to eat. So never arrive on time, arrive very early so that you can be relaxed, prepared, grab your stuff, your business cards, and enter into the room ready to go. Now, we're already talking, we already have somebody engaged, we are doing our handshakes. It is very important to not walk away from the person without exchanging contact information. If you think I'm going to grab their business cards later after lunch, oh boy, that's dangerous. We are distracted during these events, and so what you should come up with a system of never walking away with a person without asking them for a business cards. Good business people have 1 million of them stacked in their car, in their purse, in every suitcase, in every imaginable pocket, because a salesperson cannot run out of their business cards. And if, God forbid, the person that you're engaging doesn't have one of their own, you grab yours and you ask him, would you kindly please give me your information on the back of mine so that I can, please, so that I would get your spelling of your name right. And that's when they write their cell phone or their email, and you've got them. Walking away without doing this is like, all this effort didn't even happen. Like all of your, schmoozing was for nothing. So again, come early, be ready with your business cards, and now food. You are probably not there for the rubber chicken or the crab legs. You really should give yourself the opportunity to be as into every conversation that you engage people in without thinking too much about this food. In fact, I'll tell you, you should be leaving a little hungry in one of those events. Imagine the case scenario of speaking to CEO of company A or project manager of company B, and you are literally, it's so interesting or it's so relevant to the business that you're going to possibly do together that you don't have any time to really grab any kind of a bite. And you tell this to your boss, and he'll be like, good, I'm sure he would buy you a sandwich on your way back, only not to lose this valuable networking and exchanging on information that you're doing it. So if you're a salesperson going to one of those events, think of the exchange that you're doing with people as the most important thing, and not necessarily the lunch that they're serving in front of you. Okay, even though we are all attached at the hip to our cell phones, I would like to remind you that there's still a generation of folks that would consider it very rude to be disrupted by pinging or dinging or you checking or just noticeably paying attention to your cell phone. It is probably not the most professional thing you do, but it could really set somebody off on not the best opinion of you. So I implore you, if you can, leave that phone in your car or turn it off and leave it in your purse. But it's better to not risk being distracted and missing out on a real conversation than to be focusing on something that's binging or dinging in your pocket or in your purse. Now, one more thing, at the end of this event, now you have a stack of business cards. You've managed to meet every single person that you wanted to. You have, in my opinion, and this should be religious, 1 to 2 days to follow up on the contacts that you made and the people that you engaged. In our world, 2 or 3 days later, we are busy, moved on to other things. There are pressing matters that we must take care of in that day, and it is highly likely that you're just not going to get to that stack of 20 business cards because you have a whole new stack of 20 new business cards to get to. So make it into some sort of a system, even with a pre-prepared email on company information that you can paste and then insert some real greeting, maybe based on the conversation that you had when you met that person, but do follow up, or it's as if you didn't go to the event, you didn't meet them, you didn't pay $50 for the luncheon or whatever it may be. So religiously, if this is the most important thing that you take away from me today, is follow up within 1 to 2 days, or it's too late. Anyhow, so people love doing business with folks that look like they're having a good time, look like they are totally into the business that they're talking about. They speak with confidence, with a big smile on your face, and this isn't rocket science. Everyone can do this. You just got to psych yourself up for it. Your body and the racing heartbeat, the clammy hands, brow a little sweaty, those you should take all as signals that your body is telling you you are engaged and pumped for this performance that you're about to do for 30 minutes. Take those as an energy and a feeling of adrenaline pumping through your body instead of looking at it as something negative that would make you run away and you know not participate in this awesome event. Go, have fun, look confident, and until we are allowed to go out of our houses and out of our offices and meet people in person. If you have to do things over the phone or via Zoom, look professionally, dress like you are going to a real meeting, and smile through all of it. Even on the phone, people can hear your energy and almost feel the smile on your face when you are engaging them about business. Over the phone and over Zoom, it's a little difficult to do new business, especially for starting salespeople. So I would highly recommend that until this whole COVID-19 thing is over, you focus on the low-hanging fruit, people that you've already done business with, people that you have already sent proposals to or been or work sites. Those conversations are easy. They're much more comfortable. So work on that, work on maintaining the existing contacts until we are unleashed again and can go to all the events where we can meet face to face. Well, until then, I thank you very much, and don't sell yourself short. Thank you.